everybody, and welcome to the show. This is Fight League Atlantic. We are here inside the Hector Arena, Pictou, Nova Scotia. Beautiful East Coast Canada for FLA 24. It goes down in just a little less than an hour or so, and we are here. I'm Timmy B, joined by co-owners and co-founders of Fight League Atlantic, Derek the Cat Clark and John Foster. What's up, gentlemen?
The Cat Clark, that's hilarious. I'm pretty good, man. How are you? Good, John? How are you?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Like I fought or something. Hilarious.
Hey, look, you're fighting every day to put together incredible shows for the fans. As always, 5 shows a year. Nobody else is doing that. And of course, this is our second event on UFC Fight Pass Video on Demand. So all the people inside here, inside this Hector Arena, you have the chance in a few weeks, watch this event on replay on UFC Fight Pass, and you might see yourself. What an honor it is, John, to have the second event here on Fight Pass.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's amazing to be working with the UFC, and it's amazing to be back here in Pictou, man, with another banger card lined up and ready to go. 11 fights lined up, 11 fights through medicals, through weigh-ins, and, should be good to go, man. It's going to be a full night.
And Derek, we're always adding sponsors. Of course, we've got Phillips Fishery for our presenting sponsor of 2026. But you keep adding new sponsors as well on the social medias. We're seeing new people join. How important is that for all these great local businesses to be partnering with you and growing together?
Honestly, it's massive. They build it, behind the scenes. It's super important. These events are extremely expensive. They cost a ton of money, and it's a lot of stress for the two of us to handle and all of our teams. So the more help we can get from people like Ethan really kind of stepping up and supporting us, and all of our wonderful sponsors, it really helps the athletes, helps us as a promotion, and that's kind of what takes the sport to the next level too. So yeah, we appreciate them for sure.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Of course, we've got some great products here from Shop Sante. We have the pre-workout, so if you guys want, you can snort a little bit of this for the pre-show. No?
Again? Yeah.
We're going to go in and we're going to talk about our fights. Look, the first fight of the evening is a big one. It's Brady Rushton, who always seems to be the center of controversy. This guy, when the fight was announced, there were more fighters coming on that fight announcement poster than any other, talking trash to this guy, who he's making now his third walk to the cage, but he always seems to be controversial, and he takes on a debuting fighter in Ruthless Riley Johnson. On the scale, these guys were jabbing a little bit, and Derek, you were there. What were they saying to one another?
Just jabbing back and forth, talking about how Riley kind of missed weight a little bit, and how Brady kind of took the fight in short notice. And if I'm taking the fight in short notice and I'm making weight, how are you not making weight when you knew you were fighting at this weight? So, understandable for sure. Like Brady, man, controversy follows him, but like I got a little bit of love for the guy. I don't know what it is about him. Like
yeah.
he talks the talk, he walks the walk, and it's like. I'm from Pictou, so like there's a lot of like small town kind of people, just like Brady, who I kind of grew up with and know, and I love it, man. The small town kind of like feel. He's from Spring Hill, and he just kind of he makes no bones about it, man. What he is, and he comes to scrap, and he don't blink, man. The kid, he did very well against Hunter until that whole kind of debacle there, but he can throw hands for a bit. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here against Riley. I don't know much about Riley, man, but Riley, he comes from mainland. I can't see you're going to see a lot of jiu-jitsu out of that fight. Sure.
I think they're both probably just going to come out and swing for the fences, if we're being honest. I think, it's, props to Brady for taking a short notice and saving Riley's debut. I mean, this kid's looking to make his first walk, and, it's fantastic. It's still happening, and the guys were ready and had their meds in, and now he's got to fight. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight to start off the night. Those two kids are just going to go right at it in that fight. Riley Johnson versus Brady Rushton. Now we look to our second fight of the evening, and in this fight we have our second of 2 only fighters on the card that are making their debut. So this is a very experienced card from top to bottom. But in their second fight, we've got the Aquaman, Gislan Casey, who makes the walk for the first time, and he takes on Tower 1 Combat Sports' John Kim, who is looking all good with his new blonde hairdo. The guy looked dialed in. And Gislan Casey, of course, a guy who, although he has not fought MMA before, he was out in Thailand. He's 2-0 in Thailand in Muay Thai. So, John, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, like I said, I think this has probably got fight of the night. potential. Two guys that like to stand and bang that you know are into fighting. You know, they come to fight. Obviously, they're into fighting, but you know, they both have experience in striking outside of MMA. You know, John Kim's done some boxing, and Ghislaine's done some Muay Thai. Both coming from good camps. Both are gonna, you know, in the rooms with tough guys sparring, and I think they're gonna put it on each other, man. And it's gonna be, you know, I think it's gonna be a violent fight, to be honest. And I think these kids are gonna come out with something to prove, and they're both quite capable. That's the thing. They both came in super good shape. They're absolutely shredded, and they look like they're ready to put on a show.
Yeah, to look at those two guys and go, one is 0-0 and one is 0-2, and just to see their composure on the scale, the way that they looked physically, the condition that they looked. Derek, you got to be happy about this fight. This, like, one of these two kids is going to be a star.
Listen, the promotion from Danny, John, you, myself, our whole team, we carry a standard in this promotion that's kind of started in FLA1 to now, and all these athletes have followed suit with it. It's amazing to see that they actually don't shy away from the platform and be like, they take full advantage, and they come here and 0-0 versus 0-2, and to look and calm and to be composed and to be committed to the process like that and show up and put on the fight. Like John said, they're like, it's going to be a violent fight. I think both kids, and
they're
it's
so prepared.
Awesome, man.
They're so well prepared.
But
they show up, they take it seriously.
That's why, like, we say it a lot, man, and that's like in this business, a lot of people overpromise and underdeliver as promotions, and for us, it's like, no, you know, stay the course, do the right things, and you know, that's, our fighters depend on us that, okay, this event, it's scheduled for this time, it's going to happen. And that's important, and that's why the commitment's there from both sides, and the product in the cage is amazing when you have these athletes like that caliber. So
yeah, awesome. No, I mean, definitely well said. And the thing is, that's why I'm so happy that this promotion is now on UFC Fight Pass, because people around the world indefinitely get to see these fights and get to realize the quality and the content that we're putting out here. Mm-hmm. These East Coast fighters specifically are just giving it their all, and you would not know, like, if you turn this on halfway through and you watch these amateur fights, you're not going to know it's an amateur fight. These kids conduct themselves as professionals, they look professional, and their skill is professional.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
I can't wait for that fight. That is Ghislaine Casey versus John Kim. And now we get to our third fight of the evening. This one in the 205-pound division. A very interesting fight. We have a man making his promotional debut. He's 1-1. He comes from TriStar Repentigny in Quebec. This is Mehdi, the Atlas Beast Lasino, as he takes on the returning Damien Sentner, who we have not seen in a little over a year almost. He had an unfortunate loss that did not go his way. He's now got a very tough test ahead of him. I'm telling you, this Mehdi guy looks huge. Derek.
Yeah, well said. So obviously Damien missed weight by quite a bit, 6 pounds. The fight's still moving forward. Good on Mehdi for taking it. I don't know, that's 2 fights in a row for Damien, missing by quite a bit. I don't know, I think after this fight, whether it goes his way, I think he really needs to kind of evaluate what kind of weight class he wants to kind of compete in. But yeah, it's the Mehdi looked super prepared, super professional. Came, you know, with a well, obviously a former very talented fighter in his corner. Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, but you know, cardio could play a major factor here, right away. We'll see.
Yeah, well, interesting to see if that weight cut miss is a sign
indicative of something else.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, but 2 big guys, man, and both of them pack power. Damien's got some high-level grappling. Mehdi, I think, is, you know, looks like an absolute stud, and he came in ready and mean and big, and he's ready to put you know, put on a show, man. He's got something to prove, and I think, you know, being, I don't want to say, you know, disrespected with the weight miss. I mean, when you put that work in to make the weight class and your opponent doesn't put that same effort in, if that's what's perceived, maybe he's got a little bit of a bone to pick with him for that too. So we'll see how that all plays out tomorrow or tonight.
Just Don't spoil the behind the scenes magic that we're doing here, John.
My apologies.
It is tonight. We're doing it. It's coming up in just a few minutes. This is absolutely great card, and Mehdi looks very professional, but also, I mean, I don't know if you realize, but he creates all his own little video vlogs that he puts out and all that. So even this whole time when he's in here doing the weight cut and doing the medicals and stuff like that, they're filming him, and he's just putting together content. I really feel this kid is just trying to build himself up to be the next superstar. And, for him to have now, hopefully, a home here in Fight League Atlantic, if things go his way, he's got a lot of fights that could be in his future. It would be very, very exciting for the Atlas Beast.
Yeah, man, you come out here on Fight League Atlantic, you're one highlight away from blowing up online, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, we've seen it happen multiple times.
Yeah, well, and being 1-1 in that division in 205, like, he's 1-1, so right away after this fight, he'll go to advanced rule set. So right away, you think you have guys like Chris O'Toole, you have guys like Hayden Laywell, so who can fight advance, right? So, yeah, it's exciting, man. I'd love to see it, and Damien's a dangerous dude too, man. So
very dangerous.
We'll see what happens. Exciting fight.
The additional benefit is that, I've been talking to a lot of the fighters that are coming from outside of the East Coast as they're here today for the weigh-ins, or yesterday for the weigh-ins, and they just all love it here, man. When they come out to the East Coast, a lot of them just enjoy the scenery so much, enjoy the people. Some of them are staying after the fight for a few days to kind of tour around with their teammates or their girlfriends or their wives. It's just such a great environment for people too. So I feel like not only is it a great promotion in general, but just where we are, it's just such an alluring thing for these fighters.
Yeah, man, we live in a very cool place. That's the thing. I worked in travel for 20 years as a tour director, taking people on trips around the world. And people always ask me, where's your favorite place in the world? And I would say Pictou, Nova Scotia, or Nova Scotia in general, because we're very lucky to live where we live. The safety, the weather can be rough at points, but man, there's
we have beautiful summers.
We do.
Long, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great, everything about it is a positive thing. So when people come here, it's not a, when you get to experience something you're going to a city and you're waiting in traffic and a big it's all, when you come to a little town like this, like Christian said with Alan Ruiz, he's like, I love it here, but he's like, how in the world do you actually do events here? He's like, everybody is old. He's like, I'm like, because people love it, man. They drive here, but also there's the local support's getting better. But it's about bringing that cool little event to this town, right? So it's awesome. I love being from Nova Scotia and the East Coast, man. And John and I and everybody out here, it's a thing, man. You wear it with pride because we're often overlooked.
We're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so glad, man. Again, I've said it before, but this is why now UFC Fight Pass people all around the world are going to get to see this, and they're going to be able to realize the kind of content that we're putting out, the promotion and the fighters and just the people in general. It's absolutely incredible. I'm super jealous of both of you, and I hate you both for living here. So, next fight
Long live Toronto.
Yeah, my concrete jungle. It's terrible.
It's nice there too.
Stop driving up our real estate.
Yeah. Next fight on the card. Look, it's a big one. This is a women's fight, our only women's fight on the card. So that immediately means these two ladies are going to be fighting for Fight of the Night honors. And of course, you have one who earned that very distinct honor last time here in Pictou. That is Nicole the Iron Daisy McMahon, as she takes on a promotional newcomer in Colleen Blanc. And I'm going to turn it over to you first, John. What are you thinking about this one?
Potential fight of the night as well, no question. I mean, we've seen Nicole's just all push forward, pace, and Colleen Blanc, I think it's going to be a really clean striker and come back at her with the same intensity. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be very surprised if this is nothing but action bell to bell.
And Derek, when we saw her on FLA Exposure, Colleen, it's funny, she said she fell in love with Muay Thai when she was just taking a random trip to Thailand. Next thing you know, her life just becomes obsessed with fighting. And when she was here on the scale, she looked way different than we saw her on FLA Exposure. The braids were all in. She looked dialed in as well. Very exciting.
Yeah, and she's got a good corner there. What's his name? Mike Jones is his name at a TriStar that I watched him fight last year. Super talented guy. And so she's coming in prepared. Obviously, she comes from a good gym. And yeah, I don't think she's coming here to lose by any means. So it's interesting because Nicole has that such good pressure and really pushes the pace. So it's interesting to see what happens. I'm excited for it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like that's going to be a stand-up war, one that you do not want to miss. If you guys had to guess, do you think that the crowd roaring for the Tower 1 combat athlete in Nicole McMahon, will that play into the factor? Do you think Colleen may be buzzed by that a little bit?
No. I think she'll be fine.
She may have a blanc stare.
Add the laugh track.
I think she'll be fine. I think she'll be fine, man.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
She seems very composed, very calm.
And very relaxed. Like she's here at weigh-ins and she was just very friendly, like just feeling good. Like everything is new to her, of course, being here for the first time. And then even in the weigh-ins, you hear the Tower 1 crowd just scream when Nicole comes up. But she seems very unfazed by it all. I'm very excited for this fight. I feel like this is going to be just a stand-up.
Oh, you don't come to the East Coast into somebody's home territory and expect to be the crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Although we've seen some people switch the crowd around at the end of it, right? I mean, the crowd here is always super respectful.
Yeah.
So they just love good martial arts. They love good fighters.
They appreciate a good fighter. Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next fight of the evening. This is our fifth fight. It's Noah Compore, another man who last saw here in Pictou, and he put on an incredible performance as well in his debut. So he's an undefeated 1-0 fighter. He takes on James Richardson. Derek, who do you got on this one?
It's injured.
Tough call.
It's a very interesting fight to me. It's a very tough call, like John just said. It's the stand-up of James versus, to me, the grappling of Noah. But both of these men probably have evolved so much. Like, they're young. They're both super athletic. James, his weight was super dialed in. He's like a dietitian full time. He's pretty much spot on in his weight. His striking's real clean. And his grappling, he's grappling with Harnish and Breton full time, and TJ and Alex. And so it's like he's in the room to get his grappling much better. He lost to Jesse Offer, but Noah's kind of a specimen at that weight class. He's a big kid, so if he gets you wrapped up, it's going to be tough.
Noah definitely comes in with like the superstar look, though. Always wearing the shades. He's dressed to the nines. He looks good, and just his stature is very odd because he's a 135er, but he's tall as anything, and he doesn't look
long.
like a beanpole, but he looks like well fit.
Yeah, some people like that. And just like that's what I mean, right? Like that for that frame at that weight class it's dangerous.
Definitely, we're going to be on UFC Fight Pass, of course. Like, this is a big thing. This is our second event on UFC Fight Pass video on demand, so you can watch the replay there. I'm telling you, if the executives from Marvel are watching this, those two kids, James Richardson and Noah Compore, they could be in an Avengers movie. Like, they both just have the look, man. So these kids, I feel like they're going to put on an incredible performance, and I feel like the crowd's going to love them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-level amateur fight, no question.
Yeah. Could be advanced for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And it's one that maybe we'll see them run it back in the future. I mean, these two kids are both headed for stardom, headed for a big future. You never know.
If Noah goes and takes care of James early, or even wins, like the fight versus Brett Maloney is set up for June to defend the title versus Noah. Noah's 2-0 then. Bretton's 4-1, but he becomes easily, I think, the next challenger at 135 because there's not many guys who are at 35 on a winning streak. So yeah, he could walk right into that title shot too. So interesting story there. Beats James, fights his teammate for the title.
The G team wants revenge, and they go out to beat Noah. I like it. Next fight on the card is Vraj Brombat. We have not seen him for some time, and he takes on Anton Crispy Cremo. Anton, of course, John, he had that flashy knockout in his debut where you gave him the nickname Crispy Cremo. Unfortunately, he's dropped 2 since, but his brother just had a breakout performance, in my opinion. Can Anton follow in his younger brother's footsteps and get back on the right track?
Yeah, I think Anton's the kind of guy that could have won any of the fights he was in. He's very talented, and he's got great hands. His grappling, we're seeing improvement every time he comes out. So, he's working, he's developing, and he's already got that boxing base and those really crisp hands. So he can definitely win this fight. I think Vraj is probably he's definitely more experienced on the ground. That'll probably be his strong point, but Vraj is good everywhere. He's been training a long time, and he's been out for a while, but I'm sure he hasn't been complacent. I'm sure he's been developing and training the whole time. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to see him in advance. We'll see if that makes a difference on the ground or if it gets there. And, I think that's going to be a strong fight as well and a good one for that division. the 155ers. You know what I mean? That's one of the divisions with a little more development. Seeing both these guys with 3 fights each, right? And yeah, it's good.
Derek, Anton, Crispy Cremo, does he follow in the younger brother's footsteps?
Make the calls, buddy. I'm straight down the middle, neutral. Whoever wins, the best man wins. And
exactly.
It's great to see both these kids out there, like John said. And we'll see what happens.
Both of these kids, super respectful, very honorable mixed martial artists. So it's great to see them compete. And we'll see that it's Vraj Brombat versus Anton Crispy Cremo. In the next fight, though, here's one that is our prelim main event. It's such a great fight with 2 big-time strikers. You've got Hunter Savage taking on Matt LeBlanc. Derek, a dream come true to match this fight up, or what?
It was an easy fight for us to match. Hunter asked for it. So, he was like, yeah, what about, that's the thing. Some people are just looking to compete. So they know that, and some people really enjoy striking. They don't want someone to grapple and try to take them down. Hunter's one of those guys. Matt's the same. So they're pretty much going to have a kickboxing fight in our cage, and it's good on them, right? So the fans win in this one for sure.
Yeah, well said.
Advanced amateur rule set as well for them. So this is a good one for both of them to be able to show the full breadth of their skills. John, you've got Hunter Savage, who normally likes to seem to get punched in the face before things turn up. Is that a good strategy, Coach John?
No, I don't think against Matt LeBlanc that's a good strategy. Matt can hit hard enough to take you out. I mean, he is fighting up a weight class, Hunter is, right? And Matt's fought all the way up at 55, so that's a terrible strategy. I think when you're fighting Matt LeBlanc, you keep your hands up, you keep your feet moving, you keep your head on a swivel, and yeah, if I was Hunter, I'd probably try to close the distance and get inside kicking range and use his hands. Hunter's got that power in his hands as well, and he's willing to wade through the fire to land one, but you don't want to have Matt LeBlanc landing them on you unchecked, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, that's a crazy one. I mean, but it just seems to be the style that Hunter Savage always seems to find himself in. But of course, like you said, Matt LeBlanc's so dangerous from everywhere. All limbs can knock you out. Yeah. And so that's a big fight. That's our prelim main event for FLA 24. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here. And after the break, we're going to talk about the main event.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fight League Atlantic. My name is Troy, and I'm here at Shop Sante Dartmouth Crossing. Why don't you come in and see everything that our store has to offer? As you can see by taking a look around, this isn't your typical supplement store. We've got every product imaginable by tons of different brands. Coming in thirsty? Try on the fly. It gives you a chance every week to try a new product while you shop. And in the back, the piece de la resistance. The Shop Sante bulk section with every type of protein, collagen, BCAA greens you could imagine. Taste it while you're here and make sure you like it before you even leave the store. Our energy drink selection is unmatched. We've got at least 20 different brands and 30 different flavors, always changing, always adding. Be sure to stay tuned to all of our socials with Fight League Atlantic and Shop Sante for all the latest and greatest in what's happening, plus a very big contest that's coming soon.
And we're back. We're now going to break down the main card of FLA 24. Look, you still have a little bit of time. You're seeing me and hearing me right now, so you already know this is the place to be tonight. But now, go put it on your social media. Tag everybody you know. Let them know that FLA 24 goes down in a little less than half an hour at this point. Get them to know FLA 24. Go to fightleagueatlantic.com to order the pay-per-view. Let's look at our main card opener. This is a big fight. It's between Redbeard Rob Logan and Mr. Entertainment Ben Lees, who called this shot some time ago. He called out the people that he wanted to fight. He's taking care of Jake the Beast Cunningham. Now he comes on to take Redbeard Rob Logan on in Pictou. And I call Ben Lees the adopted son of Pictou because he is undefeated here and he always puts on great performances inside the Hector Arena. John, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, this is another fight for the fans. Like Derek was saying earlier, man. It's Ben called a shot ages ago. These guys have had a lot of talking back and forth over years now, and it's awesome to see it finally coming into fruition. To be honest, this is an exciting matchup. Both these guys like to stand and bang. Rob's got that one punch power, and Ben's just an absolute sniper. So. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, these guys get to back their mouth up tomorrow, and you know, I think they're excited about that, and everybody here to see it happen is excited about that as well. So, yeah.
Could be devastating. I mean, Derek, can Redbeard prove that age is nothing but a number? That's really the question on everybody's mind at this one.
Listen, man, I said to him today, I had a good chat with him today. I said, listen, man, what are you doing? He's like, it's my birthday today, and it's 44 today. So
Holy smokes. Happy birthday, Rob.
You know, like I'm 45 going on 46 here in September, and I know exactly what that feels like to be on the mats, and I certainly would never sign up to fight Ben Lees. So good on Rob for doing that. I love Rob. He's done, you know, he's like, you know,
fought on FLA 1.
Yeah, he fought, like we said
been a
this in
big
the
part of the
pre-show
promotion.
podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like done a lot for the promotion, and that's the thing about Rob. Like this is probably his last fight, I would think. I could be wrong, but whatever happens, you know, I got a lot of respect for the guy, and he smiled all the way through the weigh-ins today. He loves it. He loves to fight and loves to challenge himself, and he wants to see if he can hang with Ben. And he's got a mountain to climb, but you never know, man. People climb them all the time. So.
Damn straight. He did say that, you know, coming back to the 205 weight class as well, he feels like his body's going to be a lot better. He's not going to feel so drained out. He also said that he thought that in his last fight he lost power by dropping some weight. So at 205, he thinks the power's back. He thinks he can take out Ben Lees. And I'm just saying, if this guy goes out there, shocks the world, and beats Mr. Entertainment, if he even tries to retire, I'm going to jump in that cage and stop him, because then you have to fight again.
I was going to say, I think if you could pull that off and retire on that
That's
note,
a Cinderella story, kind
Are you
of.
kidding me? Like, what a way to go out. You're 44 the day before. You take out the young up-and-comer that's been talking shit forever, and you just shut everybody up. I would drop the microphone and walk out of the building, and that would be it forever.
Lock him into a contract before he leaves. That's all I'm saying. Just lock him in where he has to fight.
Yeah, I'm surprised we never saw like Rob in BKFC, to be honest. Like he's kind of exactly that character, but like Rob started training just before FLA 1, so like the FLA has been like his kind of whole career, right? So, and then he's fought boxing a few times and other things, but you know, Ben, you know, going back to Ben, he's delivered in this barn a lot. Like he's put on like 3 super really good fights. Like Jordan Sweeney knockout was here, Hayden Labeled fight was here, and Jake Cunningham fight was all in this building. So yeah, this is his home.
Oh, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
I know.
Always puts on a good show.
Yeah, the fans love him, so it's I'm sure he'll be getting that tongue out tomorrow and waving it to the crowd and having a good time on his way to the cage.
Yeah.
I love it, man. And I can't wait to see it. It's Rob Redbeard Logan versus Mr. Entertainment Ben Lees. That's our main card opener. Now we get to the second fight. It is Derek Raw Dog Bergen versus Rory Gillis. Of course, everybody laughing at the nickname Raw Dog. Derek, what do you think about that nickname?
I don't know. I think I don't know.
He does not wrap his
we didn't miss
hands
one.
when he fights in MMA. That's where the nickname comes
Yeah, I know where I just.
He also had 5 children before the age of 26.
Yeah, that's why it kind of makes like remember in the podcast he's like this is the real story, but then this is I also have 5 kids, so he's just it seems like a
Good
guy,
character,
you know?
man.
Yeah, good character. Just interesting nickname, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look, I think it was pretty funny because when we called it out at the weigh-ins, I don't think everybody knew that's what it was, and so everybody had a bit of a chuckle. I feel like the people here in the Hector Arena are gonna love it. It's fun. But this guy is a super nice guy, a firefighter from out west. He comes in to take on the hometown firefighter, Rory Gillis, of course, former amateur champion and a guy who's done it all here in Fight League Atlantic. But this is a big, tough test for him. John.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rory really only takes on tough tests, man. Everybody that comes in to fight him has a lot going for them, and you know, he just delivers over and over again, man. He's calm as a bomb and does his thing and just smokes people, like, you know. Firefighting, pun intended, I guess, but like, man, you know, when Rory puts hands on people, he wins and he imposes his will on them. So Derek, obviously knowing what's going on, he's come all the way over here to challenge himself, and you know, he knows fully what to expect. I mean, can he stop it? That's the question. That's you know, only been answered once, really. And you know, he got caught and came back and proved once again that Rory did that he can impose his will. So we'll see, man.
And as always, it's just that power of Rory Gillis. Like, it always just shocks me every single time when you see how hard that people just fall and crumble when Rory Gillis touches them. Like, whether you're experienced or not, it seems like that power from Rory Gillis is very shocking. I did talk to Derek about that, and I said, what are you thinking about that? And he said, I can get hit. I'm not going to get hit. I'm fine. It will not be a problem. So, I mean, he's dismissing it, but I feel like all of Rory's opponents somewhat dismiss it. I just don't know what's going to happen, but that's a huge fight between these two firemen.
Yeah, fantastic fight.
Yeah, it really is. He just he lets go. That's the thing about Rory. He lets go. And he's so comfortable to keep you on the ground that he can literally just kind of let his hands go. And he's so wild that he catches them, and it's like getting hit with cinder blocks, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what that thing is called when firemen smash through a door.
Breaching?
Well, that's breaching but what's the name of that thing? That
Rory.
thing is called a Rory Gillis?
It's called a Rory Gillis, yeah.
Whatever that is, that should be Rory Gillis's nickname.
Just by his head.
You can put a little picture of Rory Gillis's face on the front.
Yeah.
Or,
Rory
Gillis's
Rory.
fist.
Yeah. His fist.
Yeah.
That's by his head, I guess.
Let's go to another fight on the card on our main event. Of course, this one is La Pantera Negra, the Black Panther. Braulio Hernandez, he comes in from Mexico to take on Dylan General Shepard. This man takes the fight on short notice, Derek, because it was his coach that was the original opponent? Friend?
Yeah, I guess you could call Ricardo
Countryman.
his coach. Yeah, it's his teammate coach. Ricardo's a matchmaker for a local organization down there in Monterrey, Mexico, and hurt his knee, so Braulio stepped up, and obviously he came in. We brought him in Wednesday. We brought Tuesday night, actually, to come in. And, I will give the kid credit. He's been in the sauna. He's been training and sweating every single day but obviously he must have came in, quite a bit heavy because he made it 156 and not even close to 150. So, good on him. But
it could be the conversion rate between peso
well,
and Canadian dollar.
it's a short notice fight, so it's 3 weeks. So depending on what he weighed when the fight was taken,
sure, it
is what it is, man. It sucks for Dylan, but good on Dylan for taking the fight. He loses 20%, and Dylan gets it, and they proceed.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a big opportunity, of course, to be here on FLA 24, to be on UFC Fight Pass, and of course, Dylan General Shepard, John, we were talking to him on FLA Exposure. He's the only Renzo Gracie PI fighter on the card, and that's a rarity on our cards. So there's normally at least a few from that gym fighting. So for him to be that sole focus for the team, all be invested in him, I don't think there would be any way that Dylan turns this fight down.
No, exactly. I mean, it was great that Braulio stepped in and saved that fight for Dylan. You know what I mean? For him to get a chance to get back in the cage and redeem himself after his last fight, with the way that went. Unfortunate cut there, and I don't think. I mean, he moved up from 45 to 50 himself on short notice to make a difference for Braulio in his weight cut. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. He still came in super heavy, but yeah, I didn't think there was any way Dylan was turning that down. Unfortunately, he has to deal with that, and he gets 20% bump on his pay and still gets his fight, still gets his opportunity, and we'll see what he does with it, right? So, I mean, Dylan's a highlight machine, man. He can do it all, and I suspect he's got even more to prove, tomorrow than from how it went last time. I suspect he's going to be vicious and super dangerous.
It's going to be a great fight. I'm very excited for that one, and of course, now we get to our main event of the evening. This is a huge one because, of course, you get the former 170-pounder in that FLA cage, Alan Ruiz. He comes back at his preferred weight class, 145, way down from 170, where he took on Jeannot Poirier, took him the distance, put on an incredible fight, and I can still remember at the end, I'm sitting cage side, and he came right up and he was staring at John, or Derek. John? And he was I
believe it was me.
It was you. And he was like, I want to come back. Yeah. I'm coming back at my weight class. And he was so pumped up after going to war. Yeah. But he knew that he had done well in the eyes of Fight League Atlantic. And I'm so happy that he is back looking good with that haircut, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, man. He
Best
matches
haircut.
Those fight shorts, amazing. Yeah.
He did that on purpose. He's done that a couple fights now. I've seen he's like done it on purpose to match his shorts.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Smart.
Yeah.
Real smart. Like,
Best haircut we've ever seen. And he takes on, of course, East Coast legend, man. This is Morgan the Rhino Rhinez, who's coming in. Of course, he's dropped his title contender fight where he had, but that does not stop him. He's looked absolutely incredible in all of his past 4 wins. What do you think about this one, Darren?
I think, man, this John and I talked about this fight when it was like, I don't know how it kind of came together, to be honest. I don't know. I think maybe we were just talking one time and we were like, that would be a super fun fight because they're just both guys who want to stand up and strike, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They both like guys from, you see what like Morgan normally how he fights. He's pushes, he goes forward normally. He doesn't want to, like, he tries not to get pushed up against the cage. He does, but he doesn't want to wrestle, you know. And Alan's the same way. He came out and put a hell of a performance against Gino, and I'm interested now because like Morgan again is the natural 35er, so he's up there a little bit 45, and Alan obviously like at 170, man, he didn't look like.
He didn't look bad.
Like,
Nope.
Yeah, and he
know,
went the
like-
distance with Gino, who's a big 170.
Yeah, so like
yeah,
he's
I
like,
think
and
you're
Alan
right.
looked a little small here, but like tomorrow he might be a little bit of a size factor there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Morgan's slick as hell, and I think it's going to be just an awesome fight.
It's going to be high pace.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a real good high pace, quick
And
fight.
I mean, I will say when Morgan Rhinez lost to Chris Kalidas, it was after that fight. I remember seeing him back at the hotel, and he was like, "I'm letting my hands go from now on.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm
yeah.
letting everything go."
And he
then
did.
Went on a
Yeah,
streak.
yeah.
Got that title shot. Unfortunately, lost it to the Mummy, but then he's rebounded already, and now he's here. And I'm saying today on the scale, he looked better than we've ever seen him physically.
Yeah.
He was just
He looks very
shredded,
good,
and
yeah.
I've never seen a shredded Rhino Rhinez before. But looked absolutely deadly, and this is a big fight. I feel like, this being his 4th main event with you guys, that's got to be like just the honor of it all, and he wants to put it all in line for this crowd.
Yeah, these guys are super experienced. I mean, over 30 fights, professional fights between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them looking to rebound and put a show on and prove something, right? So
Yeah.
it's fantastic. It's super exciting. I think this is one of the best matchups we've had. Yeah.
It's super. Yeah, it's super.
There's-
Like John said, it's
yeah.
really, really high level, and I think people are going to notice the speed of that fight as soon as it
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely savage.
yeah.
I love this card, man. From top to bottom, again, we have only 2 fighters making their debut. Aside from that, everybody's got experience. And I feel like the way that you guys have lined this card up, too, it just ramps up until we get to that main event. So I feel like this crowd is just going to be, like, revving their engines the whole night through. We've got all of our incredible vendors and sponsors that are here, a part of this. It's going to be an incredible night. Guys, before I turn this off and get to the fights, what do you want to say to the fans, viewers, and listeners, and everybody here in the Hector Arena?
Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. I mean, it's only because of you guys we can do this. And, enjoy the show.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Before we do a fist bump, guys, that is it. Our first fight of the night is about to start. It's Brady Rushton versus Ruthless Riley Johnson. Guys, we will see you soon. Take care and enjoy the fights.